Sagas of the New Credit, which means she who speaks the truth, fallen warrior leader. There's two stories I'm going to share. One is on the O'Dayman, which is strawberries, and the other one is on medicines, because we're talking about Mother Earth. So the first one, my daughter, actually, my youngest daughter, her name is She Who Brings the Strawberries. And when I was carrying her, I thought she's going to be the easiest one to carry because there was 13 of my babies, and I thought this is going to be a piece of cake. And the birthing center at Six Nations had opened up at the time, so we went there, and so we were learning teachings, taking medicines, and I had like a lot of women that came when I first started going into labor with her. So we went to the birthing center, and first started at my house and went to the birthing center, and then I had some complications. Worst nightmare that you have to do, you have to go to the hospital. So the first one they had to go to, we went to Brampton General Hospital. We went there, and the doctor came in. Everybody had to go out of the room because there were only supposed to be 2 people in there. So the doctor came in, and I said, she said, "You're gonna have to stay. You're a neighbor." So I said, "Okay." So all I could see in the room was one picture in front of me and a chair that had a butthole in it. That somebody must have been sitting in there for a long time. That's what was on my mind. And when the doctor came in, she said, "You're gonna have to stay." And then when my midwives came in, I noticed they were crying. I said, "Why are you crying?" And she said, "We can't stay in here with you." I said, "What?" She goes, "You only can have," it was one person, "you're gonna have one person. Who are you gonna pick?" And I had like 20 women, and they all had their hand drums in their hand. I said, "I'm not staying here. I don't want to look at the wall and a butthole chair." And I told the midwives, I said, "What?" I said, "Get me out of this bed." So they helped me get dressed, and we called, at the time, Dr. Mator was alive, and he had privileges at McMaster Hospital, so he said, "Bring her here." So we all got ready, and the doctor was following me, saying, you gotta sign this saying we're not responsible if anything happens." I said, "I don't care, I'm leaving." So I was in active labor, and I was going down the hallway with the midwives on each side of me, and the women were outside of the corridor after you get out. So we went to the hospital, and Carlos went down to McMaster, and they let us in there, and all the women were drumming, and Dr. Mator sat on the floor. And he just watched. And luckily, I had a head nurse that was, she was the head of like natural midwives. So it ended up being all night. And when Maya was, she was giving me a difficult time. And then my sister-in-law went to sleep. And when she woke up, I was like over the bed, having a, not a cramp. What do you call them again?
Contraction.
And I was having a contraction. She said, "Valerie, the room got really foggy, and this man came in with traditional outfit, and he said, 'Tell her, her name is She Who Brings the Strawberries.'" So as soon as she told me, this star came over me, and she shifted inside of me, and she started descending. So she was born within like 15 minutes. So nobody knew her name, like when you go somewhere, any kind of event. Maya was always picked. She was always picked to grab those strawberries and give them to the people. And like we said today, and Bob talked about it earlier, it's about love. O'Dayman, it means heartbearing. And Creator gave that. Every medicine, every food that we have at our gatherings has a story, has a song, and it goes back to the beginning of time. So when those strawberries are there, I made a song up for Maya's name, and I would sing it to her. So her name is Akira because Alva Jamison gave her name. It's not in the gibberish, you can translate it into that. So it means star woman bringing the strawberries. So it's Gnoya Hode Sawai Hawi Gnoya Hode Sawai Hawi. So that's what I would sing to her when she was young, or a baby, and now she has a baby. And there's a lot of things connected to the strawberry, the O'Dayman, and My grandmother told me when she first started telling me about the strawberry and how it was broke on her forehead, her third eye, that we call it. She said when she first started talking about the teachings in my home 30 years ago, she started talking in the language, which is Mohawk. And she started talking about the medicines and the strawberries. And her name, and the meaning of the name, and how it comes, and how the children would be in the middle, and everybody around in the circle would watch that child, and the name would come, and sometimes before, but Maya's came before. And some of my other children, their name came before that. And so that medicine is the head strawberry, is the head chief. And then all these other berries all summer long, they come out, the thimbleberries, the raspberries. It talks about all the different moons. So that moon that happened around June, the Western calendar, is Odaman, Jesus. And then all these other moons. But the big part about that strawberry is that it's a reminder about that love that Creator gave us, that heartbeat. The guys in the middle are drumming here. Men and women do the hand drum songs, and it talks about the same thing. That drum is the heartbeat of you. Creator put that heartbeat in each and every one of us to remind us about that love. And when we are sick, when someone is sick, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, you are to take them strawberry juice or strawberries to help them. That's what my grandmother told me. That's what many other elders or people have told me within the teachings. And there's a story about a man and a woman, and another story about a young girl and a sibling. And they loved each other so much. They didn't even have to speak a lot of words because they could just finish each other's sentences. But one day, I'll go with the couple. One day they spoke really harsh words. You know how it feels when you get in an argument and then you walk away, you're so angry, or maybe you say things that you regret. It doesn't feel good inside, does it? Does it feel good to you? So it weighs heavy on you. You may go on your day, but it's still on your mind what you said, what you did, how you feel, how it doesn't feel that good. So he started walking towards the west. I'm not going to talk to her anymore. Who does she think she is? She started walking towards the east. Oh, God, he's so sick. Now he thinks he's right. She kept walking to the east. He kept walking to the west. They're still mumbling under their breath, so upset. But as they got further and further away, they got that gnawing feeling inside their heart. I wish this didn't happen. That's really bothering me. So, all of a sudden, all of these things start appearing upon the ground in front of her. But they wasn't catching her eye. Some shiny blue things, some shiny purple ones. But all of a sudden, this red skull, this heart-shaped thing caught her eye. It was glistening from the sun. And it stopped her in her track. Did you ever feel that when something stops you in your track? Did you ever hear that phrase when they say, stop and smell the roses? It gets your senses. Maybe a sunset. Something. Sometimes we are so mad that we don't even see anything. Or somebody. We're still caught in there. So she started picking those things up. And then all of a sudden she put one in her mouth. And it tasted so good. Man, did it taste so good. Just exploded in her mouth. She could just taste it. And her first thought in her heart was, I want to share this with my husband, with my partner. Because it tastes so good. And it's so beautiful. And it makes me feel so good inside. But she was still mad. She thought. But she's not anymore. So she started picking them. She goes, I'm going to have to pick these and take them from you. So as she was picking them, and he's still walking towards the west, she's picking them, and as she's thinking about all those things that she said, and she felt the regret of those, she turned around, and he appeared in front of her. And as they talked, she said, I'm so sorry, and he said the same thing back. I'm sorry about my actions. I'm sorry about my thoughts. I'm sorry what it had caused between us. So then they vowed that they would not do that again and always have that love. So that strawberry is that reminder. When you break it open, you see all the stars in there. And those stars talk about our ancestors. And those roots, how they all connect. We all connect. The strawberry plant reminds us of that. The roots of that plant all connect. It all connects. So in those seeds, it talks about all those. It talks about the Milky Way in there. So it's the same thing when a brother-sister happened, the same story. So that's what I think about when I see those strawberries. And we use it for the young girls in their passage of rites. I talked about that earlier over there at the tent. They don't eat strawberries for a year when they first start their moon time. It shows them how powerful they are, that they're life givers, and it teaches them control because they know what it's about. The women gather every month and give them teachings about sexuality, relationships, food, how to carry themselves, how to take care of their hair, not to pick babies up that are crying, so that they don't want a baby. They're not ready yet. So then they don't have those stars. They can pick them. They can make cake, but they can't eat it. They have to go find somebody and give it away. So if they went and bought a chocolate bar, they can't eat it. They have to give it to someone, or cake, or jam, until their giveaway. The final year, when they go out upon the land and they go for 1, 2, 3, or 4 days, I'll go with them, and then they have that giveaway. And then when they come off the land, their mother or their aunts bath them one more time, their last time in cedar water. Comb their hair one last time. Make their outfit and dress them one last time. And then they bring them out to the community to tell the people that this is a life giver. And she's going to be bringing our people forward. And then they present her. And they do giveaway to celebrate, and then they give it back to them. So that's one story about the O'Dayman that I know of and that I've come to know. And the other one I want to talk about is the medicines. This story was shared to my brother, and he gave it to me. And it's about the mukwa, the bear, and mishkiki, medicine. So in our culture, the bears are the ones that take care of it, take care of the medicine. And the snakes also. Some people don't see snakes as a good thing. But when you go picking the medicines, you're not supposed to go there if they show themselves. They're protecting it. We might sing a snake medicine song as a women's group here tomorrow, we had asked. And so anyway, when that happens, we're not supposed to pick the first bunch that we see, because that might be the last family of that medicine. Then you might see another second bunch over there, but you can't pick that one either. That might be the last second batch. But when you see a third one, you can take that one. And you only take so much to put in your hand. And it's the same way as the men. Some of the hunters, they think, oh, look at me, wasn't I a good shot with my bow or my gun? It's not them that choose the animals, the fish, the deer. It's the animal world that choose the men. It's the same as the grandfathers that come in the sweat. They choose us. They decide who's going to give up their life for our healing, for our well-being. Not us, them. So this story I'm going to talk about is there's many people that are getting sick because our traditional ways are taken from us. Diabetes, cancer, chronic stress, chronic pain. And it has to do with the oppression. It has to do with the emotions. It has to do with movement. We were really fit people. Really fit. But we got handed the 5 W's. The flour, the sugar, the lard, the milk. And we were made to stay on our reserves after they created them. We couldn't go hunt. We couldn't do our camps, our fishing camp, our wild rice camps. We couldn't do that. If we did, we got killed or put in jail. So those things are taken away from us. Now it's starting to show in our diets, our things. So it comes down to the food. So that's one thing that we're getting back to is our traditional diets. And So this one medicine man that lived in the bush, he said, I want to find out for my friend how to help you because he has cancer. So this is what he did. He took a bowl. He took a bowl and he put berries in it. He put fish in it. He put wild rice in it. And he walked out towards the bush from his cabin and he held it up, put his prayers in there and said, please, I need the answer. I need the medicine to help my friend who has cancer. So he put the bowl down. He walks back to his cabin and he's waiting, standing there waiting. And a bear comes out, Mukwa comes out all growling, looks at the bowl, goes around the bowl, swats it away, looks at the guy in the cabin, and he just goes back in the bush. But this guy is very, very determined. He wants to help his friend. So he takes the bowl, puts fresh berries in it, some wild rice, some fish, holds it up, and says, Mukwa, I really need your help. My friend is dying. I need the medicines for him. Please help me. Not a motion. Help me. Places the bowl down. Bear comes out again. Mukwa comes out again. Not so angry looking this time. Not so gruffly looking. Comes out, goes around the bowl. This time he flips it. Doesn't knock it away, he just flips it. Looks at the guy in the cabin and walks back in the bush. So the next day, the guy still didn't give up, this old man. No small old man. Shorter than me. He took the dish again, put some fresh berries in there, some wild rice, and some fish. Said, Creator, Kajamarado, please, Nara Moshen, help me. I can't do this by myself. I can help people, but I can't help this one. I need your help. So he offers it again. This time the bear comes out, a little slower. A little slower he comes. Checking the guy out as he comes. And as he comes around the bowl, he goes around the bowl. He eats what's in the bowl. And he stands up like this. Puts his hand up like this. That little old man, he wasn't scared. You know what he did? He went out there and he walked towards Mukwa. He walked towards Mukwa and he got a stick. He picked up a stick, a little tiny stick, not a big stick. Tikuk, a little stick. Picks up his bowl. He has his stick. He's looking at Mukwa. And he takes that little stick and he scrapes underneath his nails. And he puts it in the bowl. That bear growls at him, turns, and walks away. And that guy gives his thanks. If you think about it, that was the cure for the cancer. Everything that bear touches, everything he eats, is what's going to help his friend. You watch.